Welcome to Brookings, and thank you very much for being here. I'm Adam Looney. I'm the director of the Center on Regulation and Markets here at Brookings. We're very excited to bring you today's events in collaboration with Texas A&M and the University of Florida. We'll be gathered here today for most of the duration of the day. I wanted to remind you that today's event is being live streamed, and so there are people joining us from their homes and offices. You should all have a hard copy that describes today's program and the bios of all the participants. I just wanted to emphasize that there are two panels this morning, there are two panels this afternoon, there are two featured speakers, and in between I wanted to encourage you to join us for lunch at the conclusion of the first two morning panels, and then for a reception that begins immediately after the last panel. And I wanted to begin this program with another introduction, which is an introduction for our co-hosts from the University of Florida and Texas A&M. Dr. Lily Eleftheriadou, the director of the University of Florida Transportation Institute, and the Barbara Goldsby Professor of Civil and Coastal Engineering, and Dr. Karoke Ray, who is the director of the Mays Innovation Research Center at Texas A&M and a professor of accounting at the Mays Business School. Do you want to say a few words of introduction? Okay, well then come on up, and thank you all for being here.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the University of Florida Transportation Institute, I want to welcome you to this very exciting workshop, Autonomous Vehicles, which is going to focus on technology, science, and policy. As you know, this is a very exciting time in transportation, and we have been partnering with industry, with academia, with the public sector to develop and deploy advanced transportation technologies. Florida is one of the largest states, the third largest in the U.S., and has been for many years a pioneer in transportation infrastructure, and of course, no surprise, they're now at the forefront of deploying advanced transportation technologies. So, looking forward to the discussions today and the panels, and I want to thank our collaborators, Karoke and Adam, for putting together this event. I also want to thank Anna for organizing the event. Thank you. Welcome.
Howdy. It's great to be here. Thank you for everyone for coming. This is an exciting time for all of us. I feel like it was just yesterday when a few years ago I was in my office coding in Python to gather some data for my research in economics. And about an hour later, I was on an abandoned airfield at Texas A&M with Shiva, and he was in the back seat with me, also coding in Python to navigate an autonomous vehicle. It really showed me how technology has truly penetrated our lives. And in this conference, I hope we can talk about the technology and also understand all the opportunity it can bring. So thank you all for coming. I want to especially give a shout out to John Canavo and Anna Dawson, who did an excellent job coordinating this. We couldn't have done that without them. And we really look forward to all the exciting discussions today. I believe this is going to be a little bit of a mix where we'll have science in the morning and policy in the afternoon. I spent a decade of my life in DC, and I always felt like there could be more science to some of the conversations. So this is our first attempt at that. So I hope you enjoy the experiment, and I look forward to meeting everybody later today.
I don't know if I could pull off a howdy in the same way. Welcome, Texas. Well, it's my pleasure to welcome our first speaker, Ken Leonard. Mr. Leonard is the director of the U.S. Department of Transportation Intelligent Transportation Systems Joint Program Office. He spent more than 30 years in federal government and in the private sector, including at the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration and the Federal Aviation Administration. He's a recognized leader in the field of intelligent transportation systems, and he brings a unique perspective to what has to be accomplished to do research, develop capabilities, and implement successful intelligent transportation strategies. I'm very excited that he's here to open our program, and so please join me in welcoming Mr. Leonard.
Well, good morning. Good morning. I am Ken Leonard. I'm the director of the Intelligent Transportation Systems Joint Program Office. And for nearly 7 years, I've had the great pleasure to work on an exciting portfolio, including some of the most fascinating topics in transportation science, technology, and policy. The JPO Vantage Point allows us to look at intelligent transportation issues through a broader multimodal lens. I'd like to start by thanking the Brookings Institution, Texas A&M, and the University of Florida for sponsoring this event. I'm honored to speak on a topic that's at the top of USDOT's innovation agenda. The USDOT has worked to develop the tremendous promise of connected and automated vehicles to solve some of transportation's toughest challenges, to reduce or eliminate the 6 million crashes, 3 million with injury, and almost 40,000 fatalities on the nation's roads each year. We partner with a broad coalition of industry, academics, federal, state, and local agencies, safety advocacy groups, and others to support safe development, testing, and deployment of intelligent transportation technologies. We're working together to bring connectivity to our roads, to create a connected transportation ecosystem in which our cars, our infrastructure, and our mobile devices communicate to yield quantifiable safety benefits and an improved system efficiencies. Why? Because connectivity is a problem worth solving. Connected vehicle technologies have tremendous potential to reduce congestion, expand our individual mobility, maximize system efficiency, all to improve the quality of our lives, and most importantly, to save lives. Innovation, and specifically ITS innovation, has the power to transform our lives. We're on the cusp of monumental changes. We see the maturing of past research in connected vehicles as they move from demonstration to marketplace, and as we see a new wave of emerging technologies such as automated vehicles, artificial intelligence, robotics, fueled by the power of connectivity, data, advanced analytics, and machine learning. We believe in the power of demonstrations and early deployments of technologies to identify and overcome barriers to realizing ITS technology's full potential. Our demonstrations reduce risk and pave the way for widespread adoption. 3 of our largest connected vehicle pilot deployments in New York City, Tampa, Florida, and across the state of Wyoming are implementing applications tailored to meet each of those regions' unique needs. The 3 locations are bringing together more than 10,000 connected light vehicles, trucks, traffic signals, and pedestrian devices to their communities. Our pilots successfully demonstrated site-to-site equipment and application interoperability to show that they can operate as designed anywhere in the country, regardless of which competing manufacturers build them. In addition to interoperability, we've worked out some of the cybersecurity challenges. Since the inception of our connected vehicle program, we understood the potential vulnerability of information sharing among vehicles, and we incorporated the concepts of privacy and security by design from the outset of the development of our communications protocols for DSRC on 5.9. This is a critical design concept that is overlooked at great peril in the rush to utilize spectrum for transportation purposes. We also funded the development of a security credential management system, or SCMS, proof of concept demonstration, which secured vehicle-to-vehicle and vehicle-to-infrastructure communications. This system is now available via the commercial marketplace to support deployment. In fact, the U.S. has over 80 ongoing and planned deployments of connected vehicles. We know vehicle communications must be effective, affordable, ubiquitous, and interoperable to meet transportation's goals. As communities begin to deploy connected vehicles, DOT remains committed to protecting the 5.9 gigahertz spectrum for transportation communications essential to public safety today and in the future. Connected vehicles are just one example of our research and investment in an advanced automated transportation ecosystem to improve the quality of life for everyone and to achieve our vision to transform the way society moves. We're making progress not only in connected vehicles, but in automation as well. In 3 successive years, from 2016, 17, and 18, we released substantive policy documentation on automation. Our Federal Automated Vehicle Policy Guidance document explored big picture questions around automated vehicles, such as legislative authorities, certification issues, and impacts. Our Federal Automated Vehicle Policy Guidance document, our Federal Automated Vehicle Policy 2.0 clarified the voluntary self-assessment process and emphasized motor vehicle safety. The number of firms submitting self-assessments has grown to 17, and it's a number that changes almost week to week. And while we've always remained committed to motor vehicle safety, we have expanded our discussion of a more robust and multimodal approach. And then released in 2018, AV 3.0 advances DOT's commitment to supporting the safe integration of automation into the broad multimodal surface transportation system. It reiterates approaches to safety that were established in prior guidance, provides new multimodal safety guidance, and outlines a process of working with the department as the new technologies evolve. Preparing for the future of transportation, Automated Vehicles 3.0 establishes a clear federal approach to sharing policy for automated vehicles, or for shaping policy for automated vehicles based on the following 6 principles. First, we will always prioritize safety. U.S. DOT will lead efforts to address potential safety risks and advance the life-saving potential of automation and seek to strengthen public confidence in these emerging technologies. We will remain technology neutral, adopting flexible technology policies to promote competition and innovation and achieve safety, mobility, and economic goals. We will modernize regulations. U.S. DOT will modernize or eliminate outdated regulations that unnecessarily impede the development of automated vehicles and that do not address critical safety needs. Fourth, we will encourage consistent regulatory and operational environments. DOT will build consensus among state and local transportation agencies and industry stakeholders on voluntary technical standards and advance policies to support the integration of automated vehicles throughout the transportation system. And we will proactively prepare for automation. We'll provide guidance, best practices, pilot programs, and other assistance to help our partners plan and invest. But we won't assume universal implementation of any particular approach. And finally, we'll work to protect and enhance the freedoms enjoyed by Americans today. We embrace the freedom of the open road, and we envision automated vehicles operating alongside conventional, manually driven vehicles and other road users. These 3 policy documents are just the tip of the iceberg, and we've taken many steps to advance the science and technology of connected and automated vehicles with our research and deployment funding and convening activities and events. And I'd like to share about a dozen of these activities with you. In 2017, we hosted a roundtable on data for automated vehicle safety to explore voluntary data exchanges to accelerate the safe deployment of automated vehicles. As a result of that roundtable, we've created a minimum viable product for automated vehicle work zone data exchange with a number of states, and multi-state pilots are anticipated soon. We hosted over 1,000 stakeholders at a public listening session summit on automated vehicle policy in March of 2018 to seek input and broadly engage the public. U.S. DOT modes have published requests for information from stakeholders, and we've analyzed thousands of comments that we've received. Several modes have engaged with their stakeholders through face-to-face national dialogues and public listening sessions, some just as recently as last week at AVS in Florida. And we're assessing national issues, developing technical guidance, supporting research, adopting programs, policies, and creating a national community around automation. One of our most important partners in solving automation issues is Congress. And in response to the Omnibus 2018 Appropriations Act, we developed a plan that communicated our management and research demonstration plans, as well as coordinated across the department on over $100 million in additional funding going into automation. As part of the Omnibus in December of 18, the department published a NOFO, a Notice of Funding Opportunity for ADS demonstration grants. These grants will provide up to $60 million in funding for projects that test the safe integration of ADS on our nation's roadways. We received a lot of interest in the grant funding opportunity, and the application closed in March. We expect to announce awardees soon. We're also partnering with the Department of Labor, the Department of Commerce, and the Department of Health and Human Services to conduct a comprehensive analysis of workforce impacts and operational safety issues for commercial drivers that are introduced through automation technology. We held an event in March to gather stakeholder input, and we're in the process of developing a study and will publish a report this summer. Our goal is to provide information to policymakers and the public to help the nation prepare so that we can all benefit from the introduction of new technologies such as automated trucks. NHTSA, FMCSA have issued advance notices of proposed rulemakings on the removal of unnecessary regulatory barriers to the safe introduction of ADS vehicles in the United States. Both agencies are seeking comments at this stage to ensure that all potential approaches are fully considered. As the agencies move forward with these regulatory actions, we encourage you to submit comments to the Federal Register dockets. Comments on both ANPRMs are due July 29th, so just around the corner. The Department has also sought public comment on proposed exemptions to federal standards and how the public can be protected as new transportation technologies emerge. In March, NHTSA issued 2 requests for comment in response to petitions for the temporary exemption of the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, FMVSSs, submitted by General Motors and Nuro, respectively. The comment periods closed in May, and NHTSA is reviewing the comments that they've received. Federal Highways has developed the Karma platform to encourage collaboration between transportation systems management and operation strategies and automated driving technology, focused on how infrastructure can move traffic more efficiently. And 3 awards were made for truck platooning projects to assess in-service truck platoons delivering commercial goods via fleet operators on their common delivery routes to understand how truck platoons will operate in a realistic operational environment. Results will inform state and local decision makers that develop truck platooning regulations. And lastly, but certainly not least important, in April and June of this year, we held 2 public sessions on the 5.9 gigahertz safety band. The safety band is critical to ensuring connectivity that enables cooperation through secure, uninterrupted, low latency, interoperable, proven communications. Protecting the 5.9 gigahertz band of radio spectrum, the safety band, is of critical importance to the department. It's uniquely capable of supporting safety applications that prevents or significantly reduces the severity of vehicle crashes in a manner that's not available through existing vehicle technologies. The safety band is already used by state and local transportation departments for vehicle-to-vehicle, pedestrian collision avoidance, as well as emergency vehicle priority. The safety band also enables applications for red light warnings, reduced speed warnings, curve speed warnings, spot weather impact warnings, and other safety-critical applications. As technology advances, interoperability remains central to enabling universal vehicle-to-everything capability and benefits. US DOT must ensure that the safety band is protected for traffic safety. The department is technology neutral, but we're not technology agnostic. We believe that technology must perform. It must deliver on the promise of safety. Safety is our highest priority, and transportation technology using the 5.9 safety band must demonstrably achieve it. At the same time, we encourage the automotive industry, wireless technology companies, and other innovators to continue developing multiple technologies that leverage the 5.9 gigahertz band of spectrum for transportation safety benefits. So as you can see, we've been pretty busy. US DOT is moving forward with both connected and automated vehicles. We're committed to engaging stakeholders to identify and solve scientific, technical, and policy issues and usher in a new era of transportation. The department will work with partners to integrate connectivity and automation across the transportation system, enhancing mobility for seniors, people with disabilities, facilitating freight movement, and increasing productivity. The DOT's actions represent just a step in the right direction. We know that it's a long road, but one that we must take together. Connected vehicle technology is proven and in deployment. Despite its promise and the progress that's been made, automated vehicle technology is still in its early stages of development. The public has concerns about the safety and security of this new technology. These concerns must be addressed because without public acceptance, we know automated technology will never reach its full potential. Ensuring that we establish common methods to evaluate the safe performance of emerging ADS-equipped vehicle technologies is critical. DOT and industry are working to assure the safety of ADS-equipped vehicles. The department supports automation in a safe and secure environment where innovation can thrive and the American public can be excited and confident about the future of transportation. The promise and safety of automated vehicles is only possible if we all work together. So in conclusion, and in advance of your discussions today, let me thank you again for your work to advance smart transportation. So thank you.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos from Brookings.